What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse, episode 064 for Tuesday, March 23rd. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what is up? I'm excited. I know I say this every week, but dude, I look forward to this. This is one of my favorite things about the week. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, man, what have you been playing?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, that was easy.
No, okay. Well, I've been playing my like schedule's been jacked up, so like it's finally like normalized a little bit. I got Tuesdays and Saturdays again, so that's where my free time is now, and then like everything else is just up in the air. But in between, I just been playing like a little bit of just a little bit of small stuff. I didn't actually talk about this ever, I don't think, but there's a little game on mobile called Heroism. Heroism. It's like a combination of I've got it on Android. I don't know if it's on iOS, but it's like a combination of like a roguelike dungeon crawling RPG. It's kind of like a combination of a Diablo mixed with like an idle game, in that like you can't die, or you can die, but there's no penalty to dying. But the more kills you get, like in a row, you get bonuses for that, and you can like level up forever. You can explore forever, and you always get you just get these experience points, and you get like heroism points, and all those points go into like this idle thing where you can play it idle, or you can just play it active. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Yeah.
No, I'm getting it so far, and I'm into it. And as you were talking about, I looked it up. It is only available on Android, and I'm pissed.
Well, that's your fault.
I really want it. This looks cool.
Yeah, that's your fault.
There it is.
Let me see if I can get the link here. I put the link in chat. But it's by a dev called Min Maxia, and I played some of his other stuff, and he's like, it's a really good game. Like, there's no it's not really intrusive with ads and stuff, or like pay to win mechanics. You can like pay for if you want to just like I gave him a couple bucks just to like help support development, because like he's constantly pushing out updates. I think it's still considered like early access. But it's like a great game where it's like half clicker but half roguelike dungeon crawlers. It's like it's fucking awesome. There's tons of content. Like, I've been playing it for like years, and it's still like expanding on things, which is crazy. But yeah, so like I've been playing that mostly. I mean, it's kind of a game that plays itself. Especially since like he added an update that literally has like an idle mode now, so it'll literally play itself. But let's see if I can get this in the. Now, I don't know if this music is in the game, but
I am not seeing that at all on my end.
Yeah, let me get. I forgot to send you the thing, but
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I don't know if the music's in the game, because I never play any phone game with audio on, so I have no idea. But yeah, it's just like it's real. There's just like tons of different like biomes. There's tons of different dungeons. The inside of the dungeons like always match the outside exterior setting as well, which is really cool. There's like tons of different like monster sprites and stuff.
I like this.
You'll hit like, you know how Diablo had like the cow levels.
Yeah.
They'll have stuff like that. It'll be like squirrel levels or chicken levels in this. Um, it's really cool. It's really fun. So if you have
I like this a
Android,
lot.
if you have
Yeah.
Android, definitely check it out. It's like there's like a ton of content in it. I've been like, I think I'm the only guy in the world playing it. So like, I put reviews that like, oh, it'll be cool if I put a review that said, oh, it'll be cool if like my character didn't have to move to attack, or because sometimes you'll stand there, but like your character will like auto move to get into range to attack, and I was like, everything's great, but I don't like that my character keeps moving to attack. If he just stands still and wait for the monsters to approach, it'd be cool. And then he push out an update that let you disable the attack movement. So he's super responsive to anything you have to say about it. Um,
You should leave
yeah,
a review. That'd be really cool to see it on Apple.
yeah,
Because then I can play
yeah.
it.
He's probably getting there. It's still technically early access, but I think
Yeah,
he's
I was
like,
seeing that in the description. It looks dope though. I'm into this. I
yeah,
really want to play this.
yeah. It's
But
super fun.
I haven't been playing anything new. I'm still playing Bravely Default, which like I expected, it took a huge turn. So the game like presents itself as like, oh, fantasy find the four crystal story, which it still is at its core, but the games always have a way of like subverting those expectations. And
Yeah.
my game got fucking dark. Like really, really fucking dark. Like, so minor spoilers, those of you who are playing it. I guess like fuck off for the next like minute and a half if you don't want to hear spoilers. Because I'm about to spoil some minor things that are pretty cool twists.
Well,
Here I go.
don't like. It's try to like skirt as much around it as you
I'm trying
can.
to. I'm trying to. I'm trying to. But if you want to go like completely fresh, like, oh, I don't want to hear anything, then leave for a minute. This isn't like a huge major spoiler, but there's some like really dark parts in the game. Like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
There's a level,
but if
but it's
I
not like a
don't want
major
to spoil
spoiler.
anything.
It's not a
Okay,
major spoiler. It's not a major spoiler.
because like I could talk about
Uh,
like Tales of Symphonia has like dark moment, like we talked about last week. It has like dark moments, but I didn't,
this stuff
just
is like heavy. Like it's not a spoiler, but there's a part where like I'm gonna skirt around it as much. You see like flowers. You're like, oh, what are these red flowers? You come closer. Oh, it's a bunch of corpses. And what we thought were flowers was actually blood.
how do you mistake blood for flower?
It's a story reason. I'm not gonna spoil.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it's really fucking dark. There's each town has like its own little gimmick. There's one where people are like sacrificing people to like a dragon. That's really crazy. It's really dark. The game doesn't skirt around like, oh, these people are fucking dead. It's really heavy sometimes, and I was kind of expecting it because Bravely Default 1 and 2 had Bravely Default, Bravely Second
Yeah.
had a bit of that too. So I'm waiting to see what happens next. There's some pretty cool story beats that threw me for a loop. That made me go, oh, what the fuck? So I'm excited to see what the story goes now. It's still a great game, and now that I'm deeper into it, I have more jobs to play around with. So I'm doing some crazy shit with my team that I can't explain now.
What's the
But
top five jobs? Go.
okay, so here you want to get Shield Master. It has an ability that the Shield Master is like the tank job. It lets you take hits for your party if they're low on health, but it also has abilities that lets you take hits for your team. There's an ability you could use for the next 3 hits that target your party, you'll jump in and take the hit for them. If you mix that with the Vanguard job as your subclass, the Vanguard has abilities that let you get targeted more, and it lets you share your Brave points with your team, which I'm going into. If you level up the Red Mage job to, I think, level 7, you get an ability. So if you get hit, there's a 1 in 4 chance of you just getting free Brave points. And if you max out the Shield Master, you can get an ability that lets you restore Brave points from using your abilities that defend your party. And it lets you dual wield shield. So you're just taking very, very little damage. You mix that with the Vanguard job. You're basically just using a turn to take hits for your team. By the time it gets back to your turn, you have this whole stack of brave points you can just share with your team and give your team more turns to attack with. It's fucking beautiful how well that works together. And I have to do like 3 different jobs to do it. I have the Shield Master as my main job, the Vanguard as my sub job, and I have to level up the Red Mage to a certain point so I can get that ability and equip it. And there's some other jobs I don't want to spoil that can help you min-max that, but it's really cool the way you can mix and match these jobs and abilities and make something like really nasty. It's so much fun. Another good combination is a Red Mage and Black Mage. When you max out the Red Mage, it has this broken ability that every time you use a spell, you cast it twice. So you can target like huge AoE spells, and you basically get 2 for the price of 1 MP. It doesn't cost MP when you cast it twice. So you can just fucking wipe out enemies. Enemies that survive, the Red Mage also has an ability where your spells can cast status effects. So like Blizzard can freeze your enemy or poison them, which is great for bosses if they have status susceptibilities. It's so cool. The game starts out really tough because you don't really have the jobs to play around with. And the game wants you to fight these bosses in a specific way. But once you get that freedom to kind of min-max your team and give everyone a specific role, you can do some crazy broken shit in that game. It's so good. I'm really into it. I know I keep talking about it every week, but I still recommend it. If you have a Switch, pick this game up. The growing pains at the beginning are kind of tough, especially if you've never played a Bravely game before, because the game doesn't hold your hand. The bosses will kick your ass, but that's part of the game. The boss kicks your ass. You find out how they play. You change your jobs around, go back in and wipe the boss. It's great. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I've also been in this, like, I woke up in this weird mood today. Like, I want to play Donkey Kong for some reason.
Yeah. Good games.
I played they're great games. I played some of the SNES Donkey Kong games a bit. They're still good. Donkey Kong still aged very well. I'm looking at the new Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I might pick that up today. I don't know where this itch came from, but I really want to play Donkey Kong, so I might pick up Tropical Freeze today.
You had the itch to play some good games, and that's all it is.
Yeah, it was. I don't know where it came from. I've been playing RPGs the past week. Like the past couple weeks, I've been playing nothing but Grim Dawn and Bravely Default. And, that's it.
I would like
my brother.
For me, I don't know. I've had this feeling for I don't know, a little bit now that this year just has been not great in terms of new releases. I don't know. I've been getting a lot of catch up done on old shit, just because the new shit just is not doing it really. With a few exceptions.
That was me too. When the year started, I was just catching up with some of my Switch backlog and some of my Steam backlog. But I feel I think around February or late January when Bravely Default 2 came out, I've been playing that a lot. But that's the only game that came out this year that I'm really into. I'm also playing Nier Automata, which we'll talk about later. It's on Game Pass now.
Yeah.
We could talk about that a little bit more later. There's stuff I want to
You playing that for the first time?
No, I had it on PS4.
Okay.
And I got really close to the end. So here's the thing with Nier Automata. The side quests are fucking good.
Yeah.
They're really good side quests. So I fucking went through and did all of them. I could not get enough of that game when I first picked it up. I picked this game up, I want to say winter 2017 when I first picked it up. And I got deep into the game. I got really into it. I was doing all the side quests, leveling up all of my weapons. I was looking for excuses I can to keep playing it. And I got to not the last chapter, but the second to last one with, minor spoiler, the character change. Not the first character change, the second character change. Which those of you who know, that's the last big story chapter. And then after that, you can go back You can replay the other chapters, get different endings, stuff like that. But the game officially starts after that chapter. You know, the story stuff is all done with that, and that's when the weird near multi-level shit starts to happen. I had a game-breaking glitch that froze the game. I had this enemy that wouldn't spawn in that area, and I knew it was supposed to spawn because the marker was telling me to go there. And I looked up, am I doing something wrong? Is there not a right trigger? I looked up gameplay videos. No, as soon as I go there, it's supposed to start a cutscene. This boss shows up. I fight him, and it wouldn't do it. And I waited for a couple months, see if there's like a patch maybe that would fix it. Nothing. A year later, 2 years later, nothing. So I haven't touched the game since then. Because like I burnt myself out of it. I did everything in that game, dude. I did everything leading up to that, and I burnt myself out of it. So I didn't have the energy to go back. And now that it's on Game Pass on PC, it runs better, it looks better. I'm playing that right now. Which I guess I can kind of go into now since I've talked about it so much. It's not the original PC version that came out on Steam. I know a lot of people don't like that version because it's dog shit. It's the Become as Gods edition that came out in 2018. That came out with the Xbox One port of the game. That's the version we're getting on Game Pass. And that version runs up to, I think, 120 frames per second if your computer can handle it. It's got 4K support, higher resolutions. I played it a bit. I haven't had any freezes, glitches, or frame rate drops. That game runs buttery smooth. And that's what I've been playing.
I think you said Become as Dogs.
Become as Gods. It has something to do with the story of the game, which I don't know because I never fucking got that far. Because my fucking game froze and I'm still mad about it.
You would have gotten that far. It's like all throughout that game.
If it is, I don't remember it. I played it in 2017 and I haven't touched it since then.
There's a significant part of that game. There's a significant part where Become as Gods is like a holy shit moment. Not in terms of like what it does with the story, but it integrates it in a way with the soundtrack that I'm like, okay.
I don't think I've experienced it then because I would have like known it. I got to how do I say this? I'm playing when you first start playing as 9C. You know 9C. When you first start playing as her, that's where the game fucked up on me. So anything after that first initial, when you get introduced to this new character and she's playable, I don't
9C?
know what happened.
Who the fuck is 9C?
Is that half naked girl that's all fucked up looking?
You mean isn't that 2A?
Is it 2A? Oh shit, it is
2A.
What the hell is 9C?
I don't know. Like you think about batteries or something. Got Energizer on the mind.
9C? There is a character named 9C. Hold on, I gotta look this up.
I'm sure there is, but
I haven't played this game in years, dude. Years. Oh, I'm thinking I got 9S confused with like something else. But no. You're right. It is A2. And it was like right when you get introduced to her, like my game got fucked up. So I'm like, I was pissed. I didn't have the energy to go back because, like I said, I did everything in that game. So I did not have the energy to like do it again, and I still kind of don't. But I know, like, I haven't, for some reason, the game hasn't been spoiled for me yet. After all these years, it hasn't been spoiled for me yet. So
it probably has. You just forgot it, I think.
Maybe, or maybe it was just so weird and
because it's not like
convoluted.
Yeah, you would have to have. It's one of those things. Like whenever it's like I haven't been watching. What's that new Marvel TV show? Miss Wanda.
WandaVision.
Like yeah. I don't know shit about it, but I like everyone talks about it, but it's just going over my head because like I don't know shit about it. That's kind of how.
So maybe that's it with me then, because I haven't had it spoiled yet. Because I don't know it's a spoiler, and there's not enough context there for me to understand it. But yeah. I am definitely going to be playing it. I'm going to try to force my way through it. And
It's not
it's
that.
been long enough.
I don't remember it being that long. Like, even doing all the
It's
side
not long.
stuff.
It's not long, but like the side quest is a lot of busy work. Is the problem with it? A lot of it's like, hey,
Yeah.
go to this thing, and it's
But like,
like
you can
so
always
far away
go
from
like
fast
you
enough
can
to
always
tell
do
you.
like the chapter select. Like, it has a full chapter select where you can just go back and
Again,
just.
that chapter select doesn't unlock until after that section where my shit froze.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what fucked me, dude. Is that after this, and you essentially play through the game twice, if you remember. You play through as 2B, then the same story with 9S, then it picks up afterward with 2A or A2.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, it's like, okay, here's like the holy shit Tokoyama near moments. This is what makes near the weird fucking meta shit that happens that makes near happens after that chapter. I've been told by some friends. And that's when the chapter select is just so you can go back to those side quests.
Yes, but I would say the end. The end is yes, the end for sure. But that whole game is like sprinkled throughout. I think it's like there's like a bunch of special. Like what I was talking about, the become as gods thing was, I don't know, for me pretty significant because I like to see when things overlap like that. Um, it's something you have to like pay attention to for that specific thing
Maybe
that I'm
that's
talking
it
about.
because I haven't played it in so long that I just forgot most of it. But it is really cool. And it's a trip from the beginning, like from the very first level. The game kind of fucks with you because the first thing it says is like, this game doesn't have an autosave. To learn how to save, play the game,
Yeah.
which is a really weird like meta thing to like tell you. And the game's filled with shit like that.
Yeah, like there's no map, so like when you ask the guy, "Hey man, why is there no fucking map?" and he's like, "Well, I don't know, dude. Fucking, you don't need a damn map." Like, there's a character you can ask about why the map sucks, and he's like, "Well, fuck you, dude." Like,
Yeah, dude, it's super cool, but I kind of respect it for that.
yeah,
You know, I kind of respect it for that, and I do like it a lot. And I think it's been long enough that I can go back and play it, and it'll be kind of fresh in my head. I don't think I'm gonna go back and do all the side quests again. I'll probably wait till I get past that point, see what I missed, and then use the chapter slot to go back and play them. So it's not so much of a slog. But the big problem is that like a lot of the side quests take place far away from, because the game has a rapid transit system, but a lot of the side quests take place really far away from us. Even if you like teleport to that side of the map, you're still walking for a good like 5 minutes to get to the fucking quest, and then walking all the way back to like turn it in. But it's not. I feel like I'm shit talking this game a lot. It's a good game.
it's great.
It's just
I
yeah.
think the combat system isn't great. Uh,
Yeah, I liked it a
but
lot when I first played it, but since then I've played Bayonetta 2, Devil May Cry 5, and
yeah,
it hasn't aged as well. It's a lot simpler than what I'm used to, but it's still a fun game. It's still a really good game. I recommend it. If you want games with a really trippy narrative, Nier Automata does it, and it likes to fuck with you with how
yeah.
weird it is, and it's dope. Go play it.
It's
Everyone
it's
should play
definitely
it.
it's definitely top 10 most innovative mechanically, or I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. Just like
Like thematically.
unique, just unique what it does, how it like ties everything together. Kind of like in the same place I would put Death Stranding.
Yeah, it's this weird combination of like, I told a buddy about it, and I said I've never had a game make me laugh so hard at how stupid some of the things it says are, but at the same time, it's like the game is very existential and
Yeah,
makes you question the morality, what your own morality, what it means to be human. Like the game asks a lot of questions for me, and it's not pretentious about it, which is why I like it. It's not doing the Metal Gear Solid 2 thing. It's actually very, very deep in what it says, and
It's
it
like
makes you question a lot of it.
just like Outer Wilds.
God damn it! I'll play Outer Wilds already. Okay, I'll play it. I promise I'll play it. But Nier Automata is good. Go check it out. It's on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass on Xbox and console, Xbox and PC, go pick it up. It's a lot of fun. I recommend it. If you're playing on PC and you heard about the bad PC port, it's not that version. It's the good version, and it has all the DLC. So go check it out. And with that, let's get into the news. I didn't want this to become the Nier Automata hour, but I feel like you can't talk about that game without turning it into a Nier Automata discussion because of how fucking good that game is. Which I don't mind. A lot of stuff has happened in the past week, specifically the Square Enix presentation. We got a better look at Outriders. It was talking about its expedition system, which is kind of like a post-campaign campaign. That's where like all the hard monsters are. That's where the good loot drops are. That's when the game officially starts. Which, I mean, I'm not surprised to hear that get announced. I mean, most action RPGs have like, oh, the actual game starts after the story does. You know, Monster Hunter actually starts when you hit G rank, way after the story. You know, Diablo starts when you beat the game and you're playing adventure mode. Borderlands, I'll argue, doesn't start until you're playing true Vault Hunter mode. Like that's when the game actually starts and the good loot drops start to come in. But it's got a cool mechanic behind it because the expeditions, you go from place to place, you kill these really strong monsters that drop this great loot. But you go in a convoy that you can decorate to your liking with parts from the creatures you killed and kind of show off like, yeah, I killed this creature, so we're going to go fight it. You know, bring me along. I have a trophy to prove it.
Okay, and this is where I have the question because it's not like they explained what this shit was. They just said the words expeditions and convoy as if we're supposed to know what the fuck that means.
I kind of got it from the context because I play a lot of ARPGs like Diablo, Monster Hunter.
Yeah, but you gotta
different games.
But this game is so much more limited in its scope that
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
In what way is this going to be implemented in this game? It doesn't really make sense.
Said in the game it's a post game content is what it is. It's meant to be played after the campaigns.
But they've also said about this game that it's not a live service game. Like what you get is what you get. So they're not going to be like doing these massive like tiered upgrades where they don't have like a roadmap that says, yo, here's season 1 and season, like they're not doing that. So again, I don't understand. They need to explain more as to what the fuck any of this means. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh, a convoy sounds cool, but in the demo I played, I'm assuming that's the game. Where the fuck would you put a convoy in this? Or like, like you're showing off to who, motherfucker? It's like there's no other players unless you like specifically team up with someone. Like who are you showing off to? That kind of shit. I'm like,
and that's where they didn't go into enough detail. They kind of say like, oh, it's a post game, it's a post campaign thing, which makes sense. The stuff we saw wouldn't have room for it, but I'm not defending the game. The game's still not great. I'm still not impressed. It just doesn't like recontextualize the demo we already played. But it kind of made me think, okay, so like most action RPGs or multiplayer action RPGs, the game actually starts when you finish the story. Like that's where the real game starts. I'm still not going to pick it up. It hasn't changed my opinion on it. I'll probably wait till it's on sale. Or if the reviews come in and everyone's like, oh, the game's like great, you know, the demo didn't give it justice, I might look into it. But right now, it hasn't changed my mind on the game. What about you? I know you. It didn't change your fucking mind either.
the demo turned me on. Like I was actually like looking forward to it more before I played the demo. And then I played the demo and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding. Like this is what this game is.
Yeah, I was talking to my brother-in-law about it because he sunk some hours into it, and we were both talking about it. And we are both like, "Yeah, I wasn't impressed." He was like, "I wasn't impressed." Him and I had the same opinion. He was like, "The whole time I was playing it, I wanted to play Remnant." um, but yeah, it hasn't changed my opinion on it. We'll see when the game comes out, what the reviews say. We also got an announcement of some Tomb Raider shit. God, they announced a lot of Tomb Raider stuff. First off, it's Tomb Raider's 25th anniversary, which I didn't know. Fucking Tomb Raider's been around forever. Kind of funny though that they talked about like the legacy of Tomb Raider when the new Tomb Raider games that like made it popular again recently have nothing to do with those old games, but whatever. Um, they announced that there was a bunch of stuff coming up, anime. There's a sequel movie coming out. I know I said sequel movie in case you guys forgot. There was a Tomb Raider movie that came out in 2018 that
Three of
nobody
them.
talks about. There's 3 of them?
Yeah, remember? remember? Angelina Jolie was Tomb Raider
Oh,
way
I'm
back
talking
in the
about
days.
the most recent
Yeah,
one
yeah,
with the
yeah.
remake.
I know, but no one, no one cares about any of the movies.
Yeah, no, I remember when they talked about the new movie and they were hyping it up, hyping it up. I saw trailers everywhere, and then it came out and I heard nothing about it. And it's good reason. It was a dog shit movie. Um, they announced a cookbook for some fucking reason.
Yeah,
Um, which I don't understand. Like, I get cookbooks for things like D&D and things like Star Wars. You know, that makes sense. It's this weird other reality that you can get this food from. That makes sense. But Tomb Raider, it's like, what is it going to tell you? Like,
I would
like how to cook
imagine.
roadkill? Like,
Yeah, I would imagine it's like a survival cookbook or something like that. Like something like in a universe that like Laura would actually create, or it also says it's a travel guide, so it could be like here's what they cook in Peru or
maybe,
some shit like that.
maybe. Might be interesting. I like cooking, so I might look into it and see what it's about once that drops.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't really care. They also announced the definitive Survivor trilogy, which is a remake of the new Lara Croft trilogy of games, the new Tomb Raider trilogy of games, which I didn't know they had a name. I didn't know they were called the Survivor trilogy.
Well,
Unless Square
they
Enix just made
weren't.
that up.
Yeah.
It's coming out for current gen systems and PC. Collection of all the games, all the DLC. I assume they would be touched up a little bit to look better on current gen systems and current hardware.
Yeah, well, that first
Um,
game already had a remaster,
it did
um, which never came to
on
PC.
PS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so hopefully they bring that over.
hopefully.
Uh,
It'll be cool to see. I would love to see it. I like these games, despite like all the joking. I played the first one and I liked it a lot.
yeah,
It reminded me of like a modern day, like I hate this term, but it was like a modern Metroidvania with like survivor elements that was really fun to play through. The puzzles are really unique. I like the puzzles a
uh,
lot.
I think the second one is probably the best one.
I haven't played the
Uh,
second one yet, so I will. I have it on PlayStation Plus. I don't know why I haven't played it, but
and then Shadow is okay, but it's just so over the top and ridiculous. Uh, Maybe you like that. Like that would have been better off like as a movie. I think like that would have made a really good action movie.
everyone
'Cause
tells me like it turns from Tomb Raider to Uncharted with that third one,
no,
which is
it's
cool.
even
I like
worse than
Uncharted.
Uncharted. It
It's
kind of,
even
yeah,
worse than
but it's
Uncharted.
even worse. Like, just think of
Uh,
some of the most over the top scenes. Think that, but even fucking more.
oh.
uh, and then like, but it like never stops. um,
I'm into it. I'll definitely play them. They're both on PlayStation Plus, like a month apart from each other. So I
yeah.
own them, quote unquote. So I'll definitely try them one day. Um, we also got Just Cause Mobile got a trailer, which didn't show off anything about the fucking game.
Yeah.
It basically looked like a Just Cause, but if Just Cause was an anime.
But you know what? This is like every mobile game advertisement is like this.
Yeah.
They show you 45 seconds of some ridiculous bullshit CG, and then it like zooms out and you see the actual game. It's like, that's what this fucking game is? Like,
Yeah, if you look it up on, because it doesn't show it in this trailer. If it does, I missed it.
no, they don't.
But if you look at their website, which I did link in the show notes, and I'll put it in the stream chat. It's a twin stick shooter.
Gross.
It's an overhead twin stick shooter. If you scroll down, like there's the fucking gameplay. It's
Gross.
yeah, it's so nothing like what we just saw. Which
Yeah.
am I surprised? I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised that happened, but it's still. I'm not gonna pick it up. That's just. I'm playing enough games, dude. I don't need to play this. It doesn't look great. It looks
Actually, okay, it actually looks all right. Actually, it looks okay.
But
yeah.
It looks all right, but I'm not like gonna go out of my way to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be free to play and whatever. So, I'll probably
If
try
it is, I'll
it.
try it. But if it's like, if it costs anything, nah, I'm gonna skip it and play other games right now. I don't need another game to play. So we got that announced. We also got to look at Hitman Sniper Assassins, another mobile game, which the trailer didn't really show anything off. It just showed some cool CGI imagery. It was a little bit more laid back than what we saw with Just Cause. It wasn't like all this ridiculous bullshit. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's going to play like. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know. It was a really short teaser.
Those Hitman Go games are pretty good, and the Lara Croft Go games.
Yeah, they're interesting, but I feel like this isn't it. If it was, it'd be like Hitman Go Sniper Assassin or Hitman Go 2 or something. But like, I'm not getting that vibe from it. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out because I'm curious in it. I'm curious what it's gonna be. We'll have to wait and see. We also got Space Invaders AR, which it's an augmented reality Space Invaders game, which on paper sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, they didn't show anything about this, but this
showed nothing.
This reminds me, if it's anything like I'm imagining, remember that Futurama episode when the
I was thinking the same fucking thing, dude.
Like, if it's anything like that, I'm down.
I am so down. Yeah, I know nothing about it, but when I heard Space Invaders augmented reality game, I'm like, okay, I'm sold on the concept.
Yeah, dude, they've been doing like Space Invaders has they have a mobile game called Infinity Gene. Is that what it's called? They have that, and they have a Space Invaders like rhythm game, and they're like very fucking good, like very fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what the rhythm game's called, but Infinity Gene is like it's Space Invaders but completely different, but fucking awesome. Like you evolve. It's based on like you evolving. You get like evolutions and like you get different like abilities and shit. It's like level based. Space Invaders Infinity Gene.
Infinity Gene. I'm looking this up. It's like a mobile game or?
It's a mobile game. They're both mobile games. There's that one, and then what's the other one called? The other one's on Steam. I think they're both on Steam actually. The other one's a rhythm game. Actually, they might both be. No, they're actually not. Groove Coaster is the other one. It's not a Space Invaders game, but it's like it has a bunch of like Space Invaders imagery. But that one's a rhythm game, and it's fucking dope. So
that sounds fucking dope.
they're great. Okay, they changed the name to Space Invaders Extreme. Is this it? No, this is different. Yeah, I think Infinity Gene might be on some. It might only be on mobile.
What was that evolving one called?
Infinity Gene.
Infinity Gene.
Yeah. Is that what it's called? It's something fucking crazy.
Yep, Space Invaders Infinity Gene.
Yeah.
Developed by Taito. It's available on iOS, PS3, 360, and Android.
Yeah. It's if you've never played it, it's free. Another free game, mobile game. Really fucking good. Uh definitely check it out. Oh, it's not free. It's $6.
It looks good still. Like I'm watching some gameplay on it. It looks pretty nice.
Yeah. Um yeah. Yeah, it's like Space Invaders. It's like it's a shoot 'em up basically. It's a scrolling shooter. Um and their other game, Groove Coaster, it's not a Space Invaders game, but it's a title game, but they use like Space Invaders like imagery and a bunch of pixel art and stuff. That one's also really fucking good, and that one's on Steam. But yeah, so like Space Invaders has been like they've been low key with doing like Space Invader cool stuff. So I'm interested to see what they do with this. I think this could be another could be another hit.
Yeah, I'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see.
I didn't know what's Square's relationship with Taito. I had no idea that they were working together
question.
on things.
Do they own Taito? Maybe. Hold on, I'm looking them up right now. Taito was merged into Square Enix. They're a wholly owned subsidiary.
Okay.
It happened in 2005. 2006.
Cool. All right. Well, that's Space Invaders. I like that there's this like low key. I don't think this trailer suggests that there's some kind of culture with Space Invaders. I've never seen anyone with like a Space Invaders tattoo or like a Space Invaders concert. Maybe that's happening. I don't know. Anyone tagging the streets?
But
maybe in Japan. I've never seen like a Space Invaders tag on like a bridge or anything. But I don't know. Maybe that's happening. Actually, I think I've seen one in Amsterdam. I might have seen one.
Space Invader is such an iconic like image. Like the Space Invader image is so iconic.
Yeah.
Like I like Space Invaders. It's one of my favorite like. It's one of my favorite like old like arcade games. Like I think Space Invaders is better than Pac-Man. Anyone who disagrees can fight me.
Yeah. Well, Pac-Man definitely modernized itself a little better than. Well, I don't want to say better, but it's definitely like Pac-Man the like 256 and what was the other Pac-Man DX Championship Edition? Like those games kind of hit more of like a mainstream appeal than the Space Invader games I was just talking about, which I think are really cool. Fucking no one knows about them. So
those ones you talked about are pretty cool. I might look into that. Infinity Gene looks right up my alley.
Yeah.
We also got some other like retro announcements. We got Toho Spell Bubble, Puzzle Bobble visual novel. That's a lot of fucking words. I don't know what they mean. What is Toho Spell Bubble? Is it like a puzzle game? Like I've watched this thing a lot, and it's a visual novel for sure.
Yeah, but it's
weird, like,
based.
Elements.
It's based on the Toho series, so I don't know if you're like familiar with that franchise, but it's like an anime bullshit bullet hell franchise, and everyone loves the characters and shit. There's basically
that I've heard of. But where's the spell bubble? Where's the puzzle bubble?
So puzzle bubble. Puzzle bubble. You know what puzzle bubble? Puzzle bubble is just the puzzle like. The bubble shooter of Bubble Bobble. That's what that is. So, but now
so there's like a crossover of those with the Toho girls.
Yeah, basically, and then some like visual novel aspects in it.
Okay, so I was gonna say, I thought these were like shooters.
Yeah,
but no, that makes sense. It's like, here's a Puzzle Bobble game mixed with a visual novel featuring the girls from Toho.
Yeah, Toho has a bunch of fucking crossovers. Like they're not just like shooters anymore. They have like platformers and RPGs and all sorts of shit. So rhythm
Uh,
games.
we also got to look at Darius Cosmic Revelation, which is another like side-scrolling ship shooter.
Yeah,
Which it looks
Darius.
dope. It looks
Darius is the
dope.
one where all the enemies are fish, and they had the aspect ratio on these games are like ultra super wide or super ultra wide. Like it would like the arcade cabinets, which I'm glad they always kept this aspect ratio. But the way you're seeing it in this video is like that's how those games were.
It is not showing up for me. So
Really?
yeah, it's like a loading screen. I don't know if it's like my shit's fucking up or your shit's fucking up, but I'm not seeing anything.
I'll redo it.
There it is.
But
Yeah, this
yeah.
looks dope.
So like all the enemies are like fish monster machines, and like the aspect ratio is like super ultra wide. It's like really cool. I like that they always kept that throughout the releases of this game. Um, there are versions of this like on like Steam and maybe not this specific one, but yeah, I'm a fan of like side-scrolling shooters
Same.
and bullet hells and shit like that. So I'm not very good at them, but I like them. So
Same. I like them, but I suck at them. But they're
yeah,
fun. It's addicting. It's a really addicting feeling
yeah.
playing those. We also got a look at Bubble Bobble for Friends, number 4. I've never played Bubble Bobble, but
How have
this
you
looks
never
dope.
played Bubble Bobble?
I haven't played a lot of games, Wasabi.
Yeah, but this is like a classic, dude. This is a classic. Uh, Now I will say they've bastardized what Bubble Bobble was here, but um, it's Bubble
I know.
Bobble.
Never played it.
It was a lot simpler. I mean, this is basically like Championship Edition DX Bubble Bobble. Uh, with like 4 people. I don't know. This could be fun with like friends, as the title suggests.
Yeah, I
But
don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks cool.
yeah, me and my brother would play this. The thing about Bubble Bobble is that it's an old like arcade game, but it had an NES port that was really fucking good. And like me and my brother would play it like all the time. And it has like a million levels. So like, you could never beat the game, but I don't know how many levels it had actually, but
Is that the game that had like the bad ending? If you like didn't get a high enough score at the end of the game, it gave you like a shitty ending.
I don't know because I never got to the end. But that I don't know. That's possible. It's a very like it's not a difficult game. It's pretty like simple and easy. But there's just a lot of levels. So
It looks
um
like fun. I mean, I love like arcade games. The simplicity of these like arcade games. Have a very simple but gratifying gameplay loop that I can get into. So
yeah,
stuff like this looks like fun. Stuff like not the original Mario Brothers arcade game, but like the reports that they did with the Game Boy Advance. They touched up the physics a bit. Were fun.
yeah,
Um, a little unknown game, but Whoa Dave on PlayStation Vita is very similar, and that game's a lot of fun, even though nobody talks about it.
I think I heard of that, but I don't remember it.
You've heard of it? It's pretty cool. It's basically like it's kind of it has that same gameplay loop as the Mario arcade game, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a really addicting arcade style game. Um, we
Speaking
also got
of, I didn't put this in the news. I'm just a slight tangent here because you were
all
talking
right,
about that was like a PSP game, right, or a Vita game?
PlayStation Vita, yeah,
Because they're shutting down the stores, the digital stores for
the
PSP.
Vita.
I don't remember if Vita was there, but definitely PS3, PSP. They're shutting down the digital stores, so you can no longer buy any of those games anymore, which fucking sucks.
Does suck.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to download them anymore, but you definitely
I was
can't
gonna say
buy
about
them
the games I
anymore.
already bought. Like, what happens to those?
Yeah, I have no
They're just
idea.
gone.
I have no idea, but slight
And
slight
this is my
tangent.
beef with like all digital. Like for PC, I don't have to worry because I don't think Steam's going anywhere It doesn't matter what
Yeah,
hardware I
no,
do.
because okay, you don't have to like you don't have to shun. People are shunning like all digital shit, but you should shun Sony. Like they're the ones fucking it up. Everyone
Yeah.
else is doing it. Like Xbox, every generation of Xbox, you can still buy and play mostly, but like they figured it the fuck out. Sony, on the other hand, is like, oh fuck you guys, just fuck you. They're the problem.
Yeah, and that's why like I'm not like super against all digital futures. Like, you know, Steam's got it down because, you know, it doesn't matter what hardware you're using, it's still Steam. You know, a
Yeah,
new Nvidia card can come out, you're still gonna use Steam to get your games. So Steam itself as a storefront's not going anywhere. Um, but the bitch of this is, you know, with PlayStation, now the PS4's out, like, oh, let's close out the PS3 store. And that sucks. You know, I have all these games on PS3 that I won't be able to play now.
yeah. I mean, like at the very least, like PS3 emulation is coming a long way. So you can still do that. That's still a very viable option. PSP emulation has already been around for a very long time, so you got that covered. So I'm a full avid supporter of emulation. So
Especially if it's not available. Like
yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah.
yeah. It's game preservation at that point.
Yeah.
Speaking of a tangent, speaking of a segue. No, that was a bad joke. We have Marvel Avengers has a new update for next gen. We got Hawkeye is coming with a new story expansion. The game's coming to current gen systems with higher resolution textures, better environmental destruction effects, better lighting, 4K resolution, more stable frame rates.
Did you watch this? Well, okay, I could tell you that Avengers is a trash game. You should not play it.
Yeah, that's I was about to go into that. It doesn't make the game better.
But this Hawkeye, did you watch this?
I watched a little bit. Hawkeye looks like fun, actually. Like,
he looks all right, but his character, look, I don't know shit about Hawkeye. I don't know shit about the character itself. But is he that fucking bored in everything he does, or is it just this game where it's just like, oh yeah, I guess we're gonna have to fight. I guess like his entire attitude through this whole thing is just like, yeah, you know, I just got through smoking a bowl. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm gonna be over here.
what I think is funny is that he's a human guy. He's not like a superhuman, and he's like fist fighting robots and like taking them out. He's like punching a robot, and the robot's like exploding.
Is that why he's so fucking bored like this entire time? Like I swear, he's like he doesn't react to anything.
Yeah,
nothing. It's like, oh, these guys are here. Oh, what is 3 of you? Okay. Oh, I guess I'm gonna shoot you now. Like I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like react to something.
Like, for the weakest member of the team, that dude's got like that dude's got too much self-esteem, I think. Like he looks like fun to play. Like the gameplay loop for him looks like fun, but I know the game's like not that good. Like
yeah,
it doesn't change the core game itself, which is so fundamentally flawed.
like which you know the story is actually okay. Like the story is actually pretty good. I like the characters. I like the interactions between the characters. Like all of that's actually pretty good. But then you know you have to play it. And that's where it falls apart. Like, I would rather this be just like a Kamala Khan movie or something, because she's just a really good character. But
I agree. I can't wait till we see her like actually brought into the MCU. That's all I want to see now is a Kamala Khan MCU. But what's weird with this that makes me laugh is that it's adding all the story stuff to it, and they announced at the very end of it there's like a teaser for Black Panther. Which I made a little note here in the show notes. Where the fuck is Spider-Man? Wasn't he like supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive character? Like, where is he?
you know, are you the one who keeps saying that he's not in the game yet?
I don't know if it's me, but
I haven't. Someone told me. Is he in the game? Someone told me he's not in the game. and I'm like, there's no way he's not in the game. I mean, that's what you paid for. You paid for that, and he's not in the game. Because I will say I've never seen him. Not that I'm looking for it, but like I did watch a couple streams of this, and I've never seen him in any footage that I've seen. So
according to the Spider-Man page on the Marvel Avengers video game wiki, he has a shout out. There's like a picture of him in like some random like cameo appearance, and he's set to come out. He's set to appear summer of 2021, according to this wiki, and he's meant to be like an exclusive PlayStation character. But
okay,
I don't see anything about him. Like I don't know what he looks like. I don't know who's playing him. I don't know if we're getting Peter Parker Spider-Man no, it's Peter Parker Spider-Man. I would have preferred Miles Morales, but whatever. It's just, it's so weird that this was supposed to be like, oh, here's the reason to get the game on PlayStation. You know, you get Spider-Man.
They're actually, I think with the new update, they're also making the game more grindy. They're rebalancing and like overhauling, quote unquote, overhauling the loot system so that it's more grindy, which is what you want. You know, that's always what you want, right? To try to make it more rewarding for players. Okay.
That's so shitty. That sounds awful.
I mean, look, the people who are still playing this, I don't know what they want out of this. So whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Roadmaps. Are there two Hawkeye? Who's the girl Hawkeye? Who's that?
That is Kate Bishop.
Okay.
I only know her name. I don't know her story. So
okay. Well,
I think she's Hawkeye's daughter, but I might be wrong on that. Someone in the stream want to tell us who Kate Bishop is, or I can Google it really quick. Voiced by Ashley Birch.
Okay, yeah.
She is one of the main characters in the Future Imperfect expansion that we were just saying. But what's her deal? Daughter of Derek Bishop, who is, I don't know who that is. Who's Derek Bishop? Is Derek Bishop Hawkeye?
I guess so.
He doesn't have a page on the Marvel Wiki. No, Hawkeye's a different dude. Hawkeye is Clint Barton.
You're the like comic book guy, right? You should know this.
No, I'm not a comic book guy. What made you think that?
Oh, I don't know. I thought like whenever fucking okay, well, I'm very much
I know.
not.
Like, I know a bit about comic books. Like I have some passing knowledge on comic books, but I don't know a lot of the extended lore stuff, especially now because like comics are so fucking hard to get into. People are listening to me like, what are you talking about? Well, it's because like there's so many like sub stories and like other characters, other realities that it's hard to keep up with, especially if you've been out of the game forever like I have. Like I haven't read a comic since, oh god, I think the last like new comic I read was the Wolverine origin comic when that came out, and even then that was like a prequel to Wolverine's origin story. So already, like they're already doing that bullshit back then. But no, I've been so out of the loop with this. I don't know who this Kate Bishop girl is.
Yeah, no idea. I do like the Samuel Jackson Hulk. He looks like Samuel Jackson from the Hateful Eight. You ever seen that?
Yes, I have. And now that you said it, I can't unsee it. Thank you for that. Oh Jesus! Now I can't unsee that now. Which, if you haven't seen Hateful Eight yet, all of you listening, like it's fucking good. You should go watch it. If you can, if you have the time, Netflix has a mini series using unaired footage that's like 4 hours long. Fucking choice. I've watched it. It's good.
Wait, about what?
So there's a Hateful Eight mini series on Netflix.
What?
And I say it's a mini. Yeah, listen. Let me finish though. It's the movie, but it's using a bunch of like it's like an extended director's cut of the movie.
but it's so long that every like hour of it's like an hour long episodes, and each hour long episode is like a part of this like extended cut, and it has like an intro and outro, and you just watch the next episode as it comes out. It's really good. It's the same movie you've already seen, but I've got a bunch of extended scenes, more dialogue, more context. It's really, really good. I liked it, especially since like Hateful Eight's such a great like story itself. Like just seeing more of the context to it, it's fucking good. We're a video game podcast, by the way.
Yeah, but Tarantino is like for me. Tarantino's for me for movies what Kojima is to me for video games. Like those are my two top favorite directors for movies and video games. I wish that they would like if they fucked and like made like a hybrid child and they started making things, I'd be like that. There it is. That's the combination we need.
I mean, it makes sense. Both of them are like huge nerds that like put like references to shit that they like into their stuff.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there like some controversy that Reservoir Dogs is like a shot for shot unofficial remake of like some other Japanese like crime movie?
It could be.
About that. I mean, I don't hate him for it. Like he's good shit. He writes great dialogue, which is why I love Tarantino so much.
Yeah.
Like he could just write two people talking for 20 minutes and I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah. I mean, that's what his movies are, basically.
Yeah. We're a video game podcast, everybody. But we do like movies. And speaking of video games, Balan Wonderworld, I keep wanting to call it Wonderland because that's a much better name. Balan Wonderworld got a new trailer. And it shows off multiplayer, which I didn't know was a thing in that game. You played the demo, right? There was no multiplayer in the demo?
I don't think there was multiplayer in the demo, or like not even like a hint of it. So I think that was the big reveal here, was that or two.
Yeah. Which might hear me out here, because a big criticism you had of the demo. Hear me out. A big criticism you had of the demo is that it was really simple. Like all the face buttons don't do anything. You only use like two buttons to play through the game.
The 2-button game.
Yeah. Like there's like a jump button and like your power button when you put on a suit.
Yeah.
So I think this would work if they doubled down the multiplayer part of it. You know, if it was really simple, each character had its own job to do with the costume they were wearing, you can make some pretty interesting puzzles with this game. But that's not what they're doing. The multiplayer is like an added thing.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks about it. I feel like if this game had been designed from the ground up, multiplayer in mind, it would be a much better game with the simple concept that it has. But that's not what they're doing, so it's really shitty. Yeah, this game doesn't look good. This game does not look good at all. I've heard nothing good about this game, dude. Since like you played it, I went and saw other reviews on it, other people talking about it, and no one has anything good to say about this game.
It's not like
it's colorful. It's colorful.
Not bad. The thing is, it's not bad. It's just WTF. What is this? Like, this is insane. Who would come up with this type of shit?
Yeah,
like,
I saw that clip of that farmer like dancing to like K-pop, and I lost my fucking mind, dude. That was the funniest out of context shit I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. So it's in my wish list.
I will definitely watch the stream if you play this game. I will watch your stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it. So
good. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch and talk shit. We'll have a couple beers. We'll talk shit. It's gonna be great. And now for a good game. Well, at least look like a good game. Life is Strange, True Colors. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think I fell for the hype a little bit with this trailer.
Really, was there hype?
Yeah.
Because I feel like people were kind of down on this.
I'm up. I'm into it, dude. Like, so I like the environment. Like the town that she's in looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
The story's really interesting from what they said. You know, you're coming to visit your estranged brother. You haven't seen him in 8 years. He fucking dies. official story says it's an accident. You think that's bullshit. But the big gimmick here is that your character is psychic and she has this power that she can like feel other people's emotions. She knows what people are feeling, and if she digs deep enough, she can understand why they're feeling that way. But if she digs too deep,
an empath. It's called an empath.
Yes. But there's the twist I like though is that if she digs too deep, those emotions can rub off on her and fuck with her mood.
Yeah.
And it's something that she's hidden, that she's kept secret because she's like worried that she's like a freak. But it's really neat. I like this story here. I like this idea of this character because here's my, I don't think that the game's gonna go anywhere with this, but here's my thing on like empathy. Like, does she want to help these people out because it's the right thing to do? Or is it because they're fucking bumming her out that she wants to help? You know what I mean? Like
look, dude, you're a major bummer. We're gonna fix this for you.
Exactly. But it looks cool. The imagery looks really cool. Deck 9 did say that they're using a motion capture for this, so the animations are a lot better than what we saw in the original Life is Strange. And it's a cool story. You know, you want to get close to these people, develop these relationships with them. But if you get too close, it can like fuck with you and harm you a little bit if you get too close to them. Which, you know, kind of it makes sense. You know, toxic relationships. You know, you want to fix everybody, but there's some people you just can't fix. They're gonna bring you down with them. I like that. I caught on to that. I'm into it. I really like it. I like the character design. I like the story idea. I feel like it would work better as like why does this need to be a game is my only question. You know, how is this different from like if they made like a Netflix series for it or like a mini series of it? Like what am I getting?
That's the thing. They're trying to like recapture. This isn't even like a Don't Nod joint. This is by Deck 9 Games.
Yes.
So like they don't have the guys who made this, you know, who started the trend. They don't have those guys working on this. It's they're trying to like recapture the special sauce that they had with that first game, and they just never they had like 3 more after that, maybe 4, and they just never been able to recapture that lightning in a bottle. Which, if you ask me, that first game even wasn't that great. Well, we've talked about that, but
didn't they? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they, when they announced the Life is Strange sequel, wasn't there like a prelude to it that they released?
There was a prequel called Before the Storm.
It was after that. You play as like a kid. He's like playing pretend.
That was
like thing, right?
Captain. That was the Adventures of Captain Awesome. Which was like a little side thing. Or Captain Spirit, I think it was called. Captain Spirit.
Yeah, Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Wasn't that like a prequel to Life is Strange 2?
Well, it's set in the same like universe. It's set in a Life is Strange universe, but it doesn't have anything to do with like that story.
Real talk, looking at this, I forgot there was a Life is Strange 2. I thought this was Life is Strange 2.
And then Life is Strange 2 came out. Life is Strange 2 came out, and everyone they hated it. So now this is coming, and I don't know how people feel about it, but I don't know. I like a good story. The story's good. I'm for it, but I just don't.
I'm for it too. The story's good. It had some cool like little elements here that I liked. I like that they announced the what's that girl's name? She's doing the singing voice for the main character, and it showed like a little like acoustic rendition of "Creep" from Radiohead, which I don't normally like licensed songs in games. I feel like if you're gonna put a song in a game or in a movie, or you're gonna have a character be a musician, have them do their own music, so you can have it fit the theme of whatever it is you're writing. But this concept, you know, it kind of recontextualizes. If you've heard the song "Creep," there's a lot of songs like "I'm a weirdo,"
Yeah,
you know, "I'm a creep," and it's kind of cool with the context of her character.
Yeah,
you know, she doesn't really feel too confident in herself because of her powers.
You can make it work. Something like they made it work in The Last of Us Part 2. They made that Pink Floyd song.
Yeah, that was gonna be the next example. Was it Pink Floyd or was it Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam, my bad.
Yeah.
Same difference.
And that's something like I'm like, though those get a pass because of the way they're able to incorporate it into the story.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, even though I don't like it for the most part, because a lot of people just use it to use it. But with this, I feel like using the licensed music recontextualizes a story a little bit better. So I like that a lot. Like, I get what they're trying to do with this. I get the themes they're trying to play with this just from the trailer. Why does it need to be a game? It's my only concern. Like, what am I going to get playing this? And I'm not going to get watching it.
They're
And I
just
guess we'll find
trying
out.
to milk that Life is Strange name, dude. That's like all it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I'll have to wait and see when it comes out. Another thing that they kind of snuck this in at the end. There is a Life is Strange like collection coming out too.
Yeah,
That's going to feature new graphics, new animations. They're probably using the motion capture. They didn't say it, but they said new animations. They're probably using the motion capture to enhance some of the animations for that. It's coming out for current gen systems and PC. I don't know. What do you think of that? I mean, you didn't really like the first Life is Strange, so do you really care that there's a remaster coming out?
No, I mean, again, they're trying to capitalize on it's a name that people know and love, so you just put that name on fucking everything you put out and people will buy it. Uh like I think that's the attitude here. And then, especially like I said, if you put out a remaster of a thing, it's probably because it's gonna sell. Like I said the same, like
Yeah.
Tales of Symphonia. That was the first Tales game that got a remaster. That's because it was the good one. It was the best one. So like they know what they're doing when they put this
Yeah.
stuff out.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I'll have to wait and see when it comes out. It'd be cool to see the new animations, but that's not going to change the core game. So if you
Yeah,
don't like it, I mean, it's not going to change your mind on it.
it's good. It's a good game. So
Life is Strange. That you said you didn't like it.
there's things about it that I don't like, but I think it's still worth like playing through. I think it's
Yeah.
still it has the good outweighs the bad.
Okay. I liked a little bit I played. I've only played like the first episode, maybe a little bit of the second one. And the voice acting was good. I like the characters a lot. But again, I kept having this feeling like, what do I get playing this that I don't get from watching it? But
Yeah.
I'll have to wait and see when Life is Strange True Colors comes out. We also got to look at Project Athia, now called Forspoken. It looks cool. Graphically, it looks really impressive, but what the fuck is going on? You know?
uh the oh man, so I like to change my name. uh
Yeah,
in Discord I changed my name to like different uh meme things,
yeah.
and in this trailer the main character says is that a motherfucking dragon? And it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was gonna change my name to like something, but I couldn't like think of a good way to I'll change it to something incorporating wasabi in there, but I
Yeah.
couldn't like maybe like motherfucking wasabi or something.
But people wouldn't get that was a reference to this
Yeah,
Forspoken trailer. People would just think
yeah,
like, oh, he's calling himself motherfucking Wasabi now.
yeah. So,
Like
but
usually like right now it's non-fungible Wasabi because of the non-fungible token NFT thing going on.
yeah.
Um, I think you're Wasabi Game Stonks for a while too, right? Or am I making that up?
Uh, oh, what was it? It was I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was something like that. It was like GME wasabi, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
To the moon.
Something like that.
um, this looks, looks good. Looks good. I don't know. But you don't know what the game is yet. So
Yeah. They showed some minor gameplay of her like sprinting and running on walls and stuff.
yeah,
Which looks cool. Don't get me wrong, movement in games is important. Games that have good movement
get bonus points for me because moving
Yeah.
around is the one thing you do the most in a game. So you can make the moving fun. You know, you get bonus points from me, but I don't.
And
fucking know what I'm
here's
looking
my
at.
thing. So so this is one of the first games we're seeing that's like true next gen, right?
Yep.
Like this is one of the ones. So I was gonna do like I was planning on doing like a rant series, kind of like how I did the Pokemon one,
Mhm.
where I just go on like this like unscripted rant of things that are bothering me in video games. And this was going to be another one that I was like thinking about doing, but maybe I'll just do it right here. Fucking next gen. If we're talking PS5, Xbox Series X, and whatever that translates into PC 2022, I want to see some shit that I cannot do on current gen consoles. Okay?
I agree.
Like this, we're seeing something kind of maybe like that here, but not like I don't want any fucking invisible walls.
Yeah.
I don't want any like no load times, which we're already kind of getting there.
Yeah, but Spider-Man Miles Morales is supposed to be really good with that because the game like loads seamlessly.
Yeah,
But
it has fast load times, but it doesn't have no load times.
yeah,
But all that fucking jazz that they were talking when Mark Cerny went up on that stage and he was like, "Oh, here's where we can do this, this, and this. So it's gonna change everything." Well, fucking, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I just
I
do it. See that shit.
the way games are made now have to change to accommodate the way this new hardware. Like that's the
agree.
thing. We can't make them the same way that we've been making them. They have to completely change how they're making it, not like what they were making, but how they were making them. Because how they were making them was to accommodate for, oh, it's gonna be slow loading, so we're gonna have Marcus Phoenix put his fingers to his ear and walk slowly so that everything can load. Like that kind of shit that's like hidden behind things. It hides all the flaws, but if you're like savvy like me, you know why that's happening, or invisible walls, or these tall ass mountains that you can't get past. We know why those mountains are there is because fucking we can't render a world this big, or like whatever the fuck. Like no limitations, what I want to see, or just like reasonable limitations within the current gen spec. That's what I want to see. So if this game comes out, or we start seeing more of it, and basically I'm gonna bring up Breath of the Wild again, because in Breath of the Wild it came out a month before or after Horizon Zero Dawn, and that game I played Breath of the Wild before Horizon, but going back to Horizon, I was like, dude, we can't like. This is a bummer that this game has like these walls that you can't climb. You slip down everything when you try to climb them. It's not as fulfilling as Breath of the Wild, where I can just climb fucking anything. There's no restrictions. Other than when I get to the top of this wall, it's just a flat plane and then an invisible wall that blocks you. But okay, that's my rant. I just want to see better. I want to see better games just all around. Okay,
I'm the same way, dude. I want to see like games take advantage of this new hardware and give me an experience I can't get. Justify me buying a PS5. Justify me going out and picking one up. Show me that killer app that has all this shit that I can't get on what I'm currently playing on.
It's more to me than like visuals. Like this game is very visually appealing, which is what they're showing off here. And yeah, games look good. I mean, games already look good. Like The Last of Us Part 2 looks fucking phenomenal. There's a bunch of PS4 games that already look phenomenal. Like looks don't mean anything when you have to limit your scope so much to achieve that. So
I agree. I agree. And I want to see that with these games. I want to see that scope expanded. So show it to me.
This and what the new Unreal Engine is going to be doing, like that's all cool. I just want to see what is going to be made with that. I just want to see like Halo and the new like Senua game. Like I want to see something different here, man. I just want to change my idea of what a video game can be.
Yeah, dude. Like I haven't had anything like, this is going back quite a ways, but the last time I had like a game like impress me, made me go like, oh, I need to get the new system to like play this. I can think of 2 games. One was Fear. I went to my buddy's place. He had a 360, and I saw like the AI for Fear, and I was like, oh shit, I need to get this. I need to get an Xbox so I can get experiences like this. And Dead Rising, which the zombies on screen, you couldn't get that for
Yeah.
the original Xbox. You had to get a 360 to do it.
Or like
I want that.
like 99 Nights, remember that shit? It was like 1 million enemies on screen. You can't do this on Xbox, like type shit. But that game sucked. But
I remember that. See, something like that, like even if it sucks, I'd rather it didn't suck, but show me that like killer app, that cool thing that takes advantage of the technology and the hardware that we have here.
yeah. So yes, this looks very visually appealing, but I just want to see what else it's doing other than, it looks pretty. It does definitely looks pretty, but like what else is going on here?
I agree. Show me outside the pretty. Like what else is there other
Yeah.
than good looks? Speaking of pushing hardware, you got a next gen VR.
Yeah.
New PS5 VR controller. Which thank God that PlayStation Move shit's been a thing since the PS3.
Yeah, and that was the biggest crutch of PlayStation VR were those Move controllers.
Yeah, dude.
So they finally recognized that, I guess, and was like, no, okay, here we go. We're finally doing it. Which now they've got controllers more reminiscent of like the Oculus Touch, I think is what those are called.
Yeah, and it looks dope. Like it's got a better sensor on it. It's got a fucking analog stick, so I can actually like move now. It's to copy the video game nerd. What were they thinking? Like,
well,
why
the
did it
Move
take
controller,
so fucking long?
the Move controller has a stick, but it's only on the left controller has a stick. I think, yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it didn't have anything.
Yeah, it's like a Wiimote.
Oh, I gotcha. But this is
I
so
think.
much better. This is so much better. I'm glad that they're finally modernizing their shit. Now we just gotta wait for. They announced the actual VR unit itself, or is PlayStation 4 VR going to work on PlayStation 5? Like,
Well, PS4, they're replacing everything. So right now, what you have to do if you want to play any of those PS4 VR games, you need the whole setup. Like you need the old camera, the old headset, the Move controllers, and the PS4 version of all the games. So if it has a PS5, if it has a PS5 version, you can't use it with VR. So you have to have both versions installed on your PS4. So yeah, it's super cumbersome. So and you need an adapter. You need to like order an adapter just to hook up all that stuff to the PS5, which also sucks. So
fuck that. That sounds awful.
Yeah. So yeah, they said these new controllers, they have adaptive triggers, full haptic feedback, finger detections, where it detects your thumb, your index finger, and your middle finger. Fully tracked by the headset, so it's inside out tracking as opposed to outside in. Which the difference between that is outside in is like the old like Oculus had those cameras you had to set up like around your room, and the Vive had the same thing, where you would set up like the base stations, and those would like scan your entire room for the position of the headset. Inside out is inside the headset is the tracking, and it detects the controllers from the headset scanning shit, which is probably
see that's like so much better.
Well, it's better that
it's like a better idea.
It's better in a sense that it's less stuff. But I think inside or outside, and it's better to have your whole room scanned, because no matter where you are, everything's getting detected, right? So you put your shit behind your back, it's getting detected because you got cameras back there that can see it still. But either way, it's a compromise in both directions. So it's a double-edged sword with that stuff. It's easier to do it this way with how they're doing it, and there's just less stuff involved. So it's probably better in that sense. Buttons and analog stick. You like to see that stuff. So yeah, I would love to see. I love to see the rest of this. It seems like they're still taking VR seriously. So someone has to. If nothing else, like for me, a PS5 would be could be like a solid like entry level. Maybe not even entry level. I mean, they're taking it like very seriously now. It seems so. This could be like a new like flagship.
They're kind of taking half measures with it. Yeah, they're kind of taking half measures with it on the PS4. You know, they released the unit was new, but most of the equipment, you know, the cameras and stuff has already existed.
Yeah.
But now it's good to see them like, you know, push into it a little bit more. Hopefully, like we actually have a actual serious VR games coming out, real experiences coming out from them.
Yeah.
Um, we'll have to wait and see what they do with
Yeah.
it, but
They've been consistently putting out information every month. So like they revealed their plans last month, and now this month they're revealing the controller. Maybe next month they'll reveal like the headset or the camera, or well, I guess there's not going to be a camera because you wouldn't need one. It'd be all in the headset. So yeah, so I'm excited to see the rest of this. Like if nothing else, like this, I would buy a PS5 for. Depending on the software, like the software has to be good, but other than that, like everything else looks pretty good. So
yeah, we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. But I'm excited, dude. It's a good step in the right direction. Um, we also got, you know, talking about Game Pass now. You know, Nier, I already talked about that earlier. That's coming out. Excited. We got Undertale coming for cloud, console, and PC, which I talked about Undertale a lot. Great fucking game. Great debate for why do video games are art, and another great debate for storytelling in video games, like why I think it's important for games to have a story that only works in a video game. This is a perfect example of that. Undertale's a perfect video game story. That's something you can fight me on. It's a story that only works as a game. If you turn that into a movie, a cartoon, fucking webcomic, anything, it loses what part of what makes it so special.
it's kind of like Outer Wilds.
Dude, I'll play it. I promise I'll play it. I'll play it tonight. All right, I'll play it tonight. I have some free time tonight. I got a D&D game tomorrow, but I already set up the next step in the campaign. I'll play it tonight. All right.
Yes.
I promise. I'll play it tonight. We also got to look at Empire of Sin is also coming out cloud, console, and PC. Star Wars Squadrons is available on console with EA Play, which is another subscription. Torchlight 3 is available now on PC. That game just came out, right? So that's pretty cool.
Came out like at the end of last year, and no one cared about it. Kind of a sadness. Maybe this will bring some life into it, but yeah, people are kind of down on it.
You got Genesis Noir is coming out console and PC March 25th. Octopath Traveler coming out console and PC March 25th. Great game. Have it on Steam. Or have it on not Steam. Have it on Switch. It's a fun game. Really cool job system. The story gimmick kind of wears itself thin after the first like 20 hours, I think. Because the big gimmick is that like, oh, there's like 8 different characters. You can play any character story in any order you want. They all have their own reasons for being there. You can pick whatever character you want first and then play through all their stories individually, which is cool, but the gimmick kind of wears out for 20 hours when you have to develop each person's story individually. So when you go to a new town and you meet this character and it goes through, instead of like, it frames their story in the form of a flashback you have to physically play through. So that's annoying. They'd have to do that 8 times.
Shit.
Yeah, it can get very annoying with the way it's told. It's not as seamless as Square Enix wants to make you think it is, but it's a fun game. It's a fun game, cool RPG system, very similar to Bravely Default. So if you like that, go check it out. We got Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition coming out on PC March 25th. Superland coming out March 25th. Yakuza 6 coming out March 25th for cloud console and PC. Narita Boy coming out cloud console and PC March 30th, which we talked about. Was it last week or the week before? That Metroidvania with this weird like 80s synth CRT TV style. That looks fucking cool.
Yep.
Can't wait to see that. Outriders coming out cloud and console April 1st. So sucks for us because we have PC, so we're not gonna get to play that. I know you're just like whatever. But
well, I'm sure they'll be like, yeah, let's put it on PC at some point too. Like it'll hit. It'll hit.
We also got some quick news. Sony is acquiring Evo. Yes, that Evo. The fighting game Evo, or the fighting game tournament Evo. I don't know how I feel about this, if I'm being honest. I mean, Evo mostly used PlayStation systems anyway, from what I've seen. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, but
and they've been hosting like some like fighting game stuff on their own already.
Yeah.
I know they've been doing a lot of stuff with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So they're like they at least had one foot in the pool when it came to like the fighting game community.
It's not, yeah, exactly. So it's not like it came out of nowhere. But it is still, I don't think anything's gonna change with Evo, if I'm being honest.
Well, I think like the management was like in disarray after all the shit that happened a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So I think this is just a good shift, just a change of hands that was kind of needed.
Yeah. Those of you who don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch the podcast or Google it. We also got news that a bunch of EA titles are coming to Game Pass for their EA Game Pass Ultimate subscription service. We're talking a ton of games, fucking Titanfall 2, Madden, Need for Speed, Command and Conquer, The Sims, Star Wars Squadrons, a whole host of games, Dragon Age Inquisition. Too many to list, but it's cool to see that. It just sucks that EA plays like another subscription, but I mean, whatever. I'll probably check it out.
Sadly, Anthem is not in this list.
Oh no, that sucks. I don't get to play Anthem.
The catch with this is that you need to install the desktop client, the new desktop client. Like they ditched Origin and now they just have EA
which
desktop.
Is fucking ridiculous, dude. God damn it. I still have Origin on my computer, man. It's so frustrating because I got Battlefront 2 on Epic when that was free. And all that does, I have to use Epic. I can't boot it from Origin. I have to boot up Epic, click on Battlefront 3 or Battlefront 2, then it opens Origin and loads it from Origin.
Yeah.
But I can't just skip the middleman. I can't just open Origin and boot it because it's in my Origin library. But I can't just boot it up from Origin. It tells you, oh, go into Epic and boot it there. Like, why? I have it. What's the problem? I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. And to add another service on top of that, that's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, maybe
we have to deal with those. So
maybe they make it a little easier. I was in the beta for this desktop client, and from what I remember, Well, this was like a bit ago, but everything that I had already installed in Origin, it didn't detect in this new app. So like I had to uninstall it from Origin and then reinstall it in the new desktop app, which I didn't do. But that's what it wanted me to do, and I just didn't do that, so I didn't use it. But so I don't know if they fixed that at all, but it didn't detect anything I already had installed, which is like several hundreds of gigs of shit that I wasn't gonna re-download. And then it didn't have EA Play in it yet. So I had Anthem and like Battlefield 5 through EA Play or some shit, and it didn't detect any of that stuff that wasn't integrated yet. So it's now officially released now. This was back in beta, which still has beta up here in the corner. So I don't know what the fuck, but okay, I guess.
Yeah. Some more news, and there's something. So recently, GTA Online got a fix to its awful load times that was actually developed from a mod. So that's a cool little thing. A mod officially fixed the GTA load times, and Rockstar actually took that into a massive official update and fixed load times for players all across the board. And not just that, but the guy who developed it got a $10,000 reward from Rockstar for fixing that, which is that's cool to hear,
Yeah.
man. That's super cool.
It is crazy because Rockstar fucking hates modders.
Now they do, yeah.
They hate modders. They tried to shut down the big GTA like modding tool that everyone was using, which doesn't even it block when you try to go online with it. It blocks online to begin with, so you can't use it to like cheat online. But they were still trying to fuck people over who were using it and saying, "Oh no, if you got that installed, fuck you. We're Rockstar and we're not gonna allow this." So it's crazy that they're accepting this one with like open arms and even paying the guy that like fixed their fucking bullshit. Those load times were like the biggest detriment to me enjoying that game. Even on PC, it was bad. Now I haven't tried it. I haven't tried this yet. So, and I haven't seen any comparisons at all. So I kind of want to check it out and see how much faster it is because those load times were just fucking insane.
Yeah, dude. I want to see it too. And it's cool they even gave this guy some money. Granted, it's cheaper than paying someone to do it. Just checked out Rockstar's salary, and their developers can make anywhere from 70,000 to like 150,000 a year.
Nice.
So it's cool that they don't have to pay their So pretty cool if you're looking game dev, like check out Rockstar, not bad. So it's probably cheaper to give this kid it wasn't a kid to give this dude a lump sum 10K.
I mean, they didn't even have to though. That's the thing.
They didn't have to at all. They didn't have to at all, but it was cool for them to do it.
From what I understand, the fix that he made was like something extremely simple. From what I understand, it was like nothing. It was like, oh, if you just go in the INI and you set this 0 to a 1, load time's fixed or something like. I don't know if it was that simple, but from what I understand, it was pretty simple.
Yeah, so it's cool for them for spending them some money. Honestly, it's probably a legal thing too. I don't want this dude going to take him to court. Like, hey, I fixed your multi-million-dollar game. Where's my cut?
I don't think he has any ground on that. To be honest, I don't think he has any ground. So? There's like a bunch of like terms of services and shit that you blindly accept that I'm sure covers what this kid did. So,
you think so?
Yeah. Like, I don't think they had to. I think they could have just did this and just not have like acknowledged it at all. So I think it's cool that they did.
It is cool. Well, the court of public opinion, I think, is a big part of it too.
Yeah, yeah.
But it is cool to see. We also got an announcement that PlayStation's doing their Play at Home campaign for 2021. 10 free games to download this spring. We got Res Infinity, Abzu, The Witness, Enter the Gungeon, Subnautica. Most of those, games that came out on PlayStation Plus before, Moss, Astrobot, Paper Beast, and Thumper for VR.
Yeah, what's weird,
yeah.
It's weird that Thumper is in the VR section when that's not like it's not a VR game. I mean, you can play it in
VR game,
VR. The Witness is, you know how much I like to talk about Outer Wilds. The Witness is Outer Wilds is basically The Witness, but like in a universal scale. So the Witness is also very fucking good.
Yeah, that was up on PlayStation Plus. Oh god, like what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
But still, it's cool to see that. Like, I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth here. Free games are free games, dude. That's dope.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a chance to
And I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but Ratchet and Clank was free as well. It might still be free,
Yeah.
so get Ratchet and Clank if you haven't yet. And then next month, Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be free on April 19th. So
I'll pick that up. Out of this like list of games here, the Enter the Gungeon, definitely worth playing. You're gonna be playing that game for a while, so play at
Subnautica,
home.
Subnautica's good.
Too.
I mean, these are all good games.
These are all good games.
Abzu is probably the shortest one here. Rez is probably short too. Rez you can play in VR. Why is that not?
Yeah,
like,
I was
listed?
to say, like, why isn't that in the VR thing? I thought it was a VR game. But...
Maybe it's only VR on PC. Maybe.
Is that the sequel or remake of the game on PS2 that came with the vibrator?
I mean, it didn't come with a vibrator. It came with a vibrating bodysuit, right?
No, it was a vibrator. Hold on. I'm Googling this now.
It's not a vibrator. It was like a bodysuit that vibrated. You say vibrator, it's a different thing.
No, look, it's the Res Trance Vibrator is what it was called. It was like a little vibrating like controller dongle thing.
I thought it was like a bodysuit.
No, look at this. Hold on. I'm pulling this up. Hold on. Hold on. The Res Trance Vibe. Here we go. There's a Kotaku article about it. This is when I first heard about it. Actually, no, the first time I heard about this was a Screw Attack. They were talking about weird video game controllers, and this was like number one. Hold on. Boom.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a vibrator. I thought it was a bodysuit. I thought they had a bodysuit that you could wear, and that and like impulse like you in like certain like spots.
Holy shit! Scroll down a little bit. There's a video of this vibrator in action. That thing is fucking. Holy shit! That thing is bouncing all over the table. God damn! Look at that shit. It's like have to knock that water over. Look at that fucking thing.
I mean, if you really want like a cheap vibrator, here's what you do. You play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, all right? You turn on the infinite grind.
You cut out right when you said you played Tony Hawk and then just cut. Like, here's the life hack Twitch doesn't want you to know.
They're trying to censor me. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, I think, to be exact. You turn on the infinite grind cheat. And then in the airport level, they have those like turnabouts or whatever the fuck they're called. Like the fountain. You found like a fountain, and you jump on the fountain, and you grind on the fountain, and the controller vibrates infinitely.
You were like fading out, like right when you finished that.
Really?
Oh, you're cutting out pretty bad.
Check it. Yo.
Yeah, you're back. But I heard it. There you go, guys. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, infinite grind cheat, airport level, sit in the roundabout, and never come out of your bedroom.
I mean, I'm not saying I ever did that, but
oh, of course not. You're just sharing information.
Yeah, everyone knows about it. Just saying.
We also got news from the PlayStation blog introducing Haven, a new Montreal-based independent studio. That that's just it. They're a new independent studio, putting up a new IP for PlayStation.
Well, the
No
thing
word on it yet.
it's a Jade Raymond joint. It's Jade Raymond is the head of this new studio.
What has he done before? Should I know who he is? Dude,
Yes,
you're
you
like
should know who
fading
she
out.
Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed,
Oh shit!
Jade Raymond. She was
Yeah, I
actually.
just like Googled her and I'm like, holy fuck, she's
Well, how do
done.
you not know? How do you not know who she is?
I don't play Assassin's Creed. First off,
We don't have to play Assassin's Creed. I mean, she's like been the face of like Ubisoft for a long time. And then she was at Stadia before they shut down. She was working on those Stadia like studios before they fucked up. I kind of feel bad
she
for her
was a
because
she was a managing director for Metal Gear Solid 4. Are you fucking kidding me?
dude, she's like a veteran, man. But like she's not.
Jesus.
She gets a lot of flack because everything she's the face for kind of like fails. So like she gets a lot of like a bad rap, but she's a veteran, dude. I like her. She definitely knows what's up with video games. So I'm
Yeah, dude.
interested to
Like I'm
see.
looking at this like portfolio here, and I'm like, yeah, Watch Dogs, but also like Metal Gear Solid 4, Assassin's Creed 2,
Well,
fucking
that Metal Gear thing, I'm not sure what her contribution there was, but
managing
there's an Assassin's Creed
manage.
crossover with Metal Gear Solid 4, so she probably was responsible for that.
Yeah, it says here she was a managing director for Metal Gear Solid 4.
That can mean a lot of things.
It could mean a lot of things.
I know
When
there's
I
an
click
Assassin's
on the
Creed crossover with that, so
yeah, there's
she,
you can get a Altair's suit in Metal
yeah.
Gear Solid 4, which is cool. Like, but fuck, dude, like this is cool as shit. Like I'd never heard about her before. That's cool. Yeah, if she's like running this, might be something pretty cool to check out. I can't wait to see what she puts out, dude.
They're already working on a thing for
Yeah,
PlayStation, so yeah,
yeah,
I want to see what that is.
I'm excited. Some videos and trailers. We got to look at Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, which has nothing to do with the previous Dark Alliance Dungeons and Dragons games. So if you're looking for a role-playing isometric RPG, that's not it. This looks like a horde mode, Left 4 Dead style, like
Well,
action
the
game,
way the
which I'm cool with.
gameplay looks, yeah, it's like a third, like over shoulder, like God of War type of camera style.
Yeah, which I'm into. Like this looks like fun. I'm not deep in the D&D lore. The fucking soundtrack for this is what is this song that's playing? It sounds familiar.
It looks like a
Is that
fake
Ozzy
name.
Osbourne? Yeah, it's Ozzy Osbourne. Straight to hell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
I mean, these guys know what they're doing. Like this isn't supposed to be like this deep RPG.
Yeah.
It's an action game, and I'm cool with it. Looks fun. I would play this.
Looks fake. It doesn't look real to me. You know what I mean? That's the way it looks. Doesn't
Yeah.
look, looks
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of like pieced together like action segments, which doesn't really show off like uncut gameplay. So I want to see like some actual like a let's play of it first before I
I
have
just
an
mean like
opinion. But it looks, huh?
graphically. I mean, like the way it moves and looks, kind of looks like weird.
It kind of looks like Black Desert Online to me.
That's
Which
why I was
plays
gonna
very
say
similar
that
to that.
too, but I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would get that because I didn't think you played enough of that to make that correlation. But so
Yeah,
I played a lot of Archer in that game, and a
yeah,
lot of the Archer movements are like direct from that game.
yeah. I
Um,
played the Berserker a lot, and the dwarf looks very similar to the Berserker movements from
yeah.
Black Desert.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you made that connection because I made that, but I didn't think you would get it. So
Oh, we played it together, right? Like
yeah,
when
but
they
I
did
played
that
a lot
free
more of it.
weekend.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
you
how much
did.
you played.
Yeah, you kept playing it. I played it like twice, and you kept playing it. Oh, my dog is like jumping on me. What's up, girl? What's up, baby? What else we got? We got to look at Doom Eternal: The Ancient Gods, the second part of the new Doom expansion, which I haven't played yet, dude. I got to go and play this. I've heard so many good things about these
Wow,
expansions.
dude, the Doom guy, the Doom Game of the Year guy, didn't get the expansions.
I didn't. Well, I got them. I just haven't had time to play them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta let my dog out. She's like asking me to go outside. But no, like I got them. I just haven't had a chance to play them, and
It looks.
they look good.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, there's dragons. I don't know shit about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know shit about
motherfucking.
this
Is that
either.
a motherfucking dragon? That's gonna be the name of the. That's gonna be the title of this episode.
Is that a motherfucking dragon? I love it.
Yeah.
But no, it looks dope. But what looks really cool is the next trailer here, Necromunda Hired Gun,
Okay. What do you
which
know
takes
about
place.
this?
So I don't know anything about this. This
Oh.
is a Warhammer 40K thing, which I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about Warhammer, but
Okay.
I do know about good video games. And this looks like a good game. Have you seen the gameplay trailer for this, dude?
Yeah, it looks like a Doom like.
And I'm okay with that.
Except they
I
aim
like
down
me some Doom.
sights. They aim down sights for a second, and I'm like, okay, it's not a Doom like.
It kind of reminds me of like, what was that Cyber Ghost Runner? Is that what it was called? It kind of reminds me of Ghost Runner a little bit with more engaging shooting mechanics, which I'm okay with.
Well, I think they're
Like a
just like
Titanfall
zooming
Ghost
through.
Runner.
I don't think you actually
Yeah.
play it as fast as you would play that game.
This looks
I was
fucking
getting
dope though.
I was getting like Rage vibes, like Rage 1, the first Rage.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm feeling that too. But with the powers and stuff from Rage 2, because this dude does some cool shit.
Yeah.
I'm into it, dude. I like me some good shooters, especially shooters like crazy movement and like power mechanics like this. That's probably why I like Doom so fucking much. But this looks cool, dude. I don't know anything about Warhammer. I'm throwing that out there.
You
Warhammer
don't
is
really,
a very
don't really
fucking
need to.
yeah. I don't feel like I need to because Warhammer is like a deep, deep, deep trench of just nerdy. I am not willing to get behind yet.
Yeah.
I have heard nothing but just how deep and like how hard it is to get into Warhammer, and I'm not about that. But this looks cool. I'm into this. I would play the fuck out of this. I can't wait to see that game come out. That's on my radar. We got to look at Returnal for PlayStation 5. Still don't know too much about it. We got a story trailer, a story peek at it. I still don't know too much about it other than it's a roguelike that's coming on the PS5 for $60.
70.
70. You're right, 70. My bad.
If this came out on PC and it was not $70, I probably would buy it.
Same.
I know Housemarque makes great games. But that's a steep ask to buy an entirely new console and a $70 game for
Yeah, I agree.
You know, for this.
I agree. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope like this comes out and it's like, no, this is a great experience. It feels like $60. Because roguelikes aren't all created equal. Like Hades was our game of the year.
Yeah.
And
it just looks like a Hades. Or at least it looks like it plays like one, or not plays like one, but it has the concept of a Hades.
Yeah, it's a Hades roguelike with Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay.
Yeah.
Which was honestly like the best part of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
So this looks cool. Like I'm into the concept, but I'm waiting to see like what happens when it comes out. We also got to look at Disco Elysium, which is getting a final cut, which is a full release of the game, expansions included for PS5 and PS4. It's gonna have full English voiceover, additional quests. I've heard good things about Disco Elysium. Like I've had a lot of friends who tell me, like, dude, you play D&D, you'll love Disco Elysium. It feels like a really good D&D campaign.
Yeah. I played a little bit of this, and it's just like choices matter. Like you feel that from the very beginning. It's like this can go any way, and it really feels like that. I just wanted like voice acting and shit like that. Like I wanted the definitive experience. I knew it would get it. So I'm definitely gonna go back into it with this.
I'm gonna pick it up now that I see it's coming out with the full voice acting and stuff. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. It looks really cool. I like storytelling in games, and this is an example of like why it's a game and not like a movie, because your choices matter and it's so much that like that's the part of the experience, is making these choices and having the story play out in the decisions you make.
Yeah.
But it's not like this fake ass like, oh, are you gonna wear a red suit or a blue suit? Like, no, this is a
Yeah.
very serious story. Is gonna change if you do shit.
I think when I played it, I
Um,
died within like the first 30 minutes because I had a choice to like I forgot what I did. I think I dropped kicked someone through a window and broke my spine and died and got a game over in like the first 30 minutes. So I was like, well,
see, that's D&D as fuck right there. I'm into it. I'm into
so
it. I'm into it.
yeah.
Yeah. Now this is something that I got announced that I have mixed opinions on. We got a Dying Light 2 update,
Yeah.
which is cool. I like hearing an update in Dying Light 2. I like Dying Light 1 a lot. I'm still playing through it now on PC. I beaten it on PS4. I'm replaying it on PC. I like Dying Light, and it is cool to see a Dying Light 2. Getting some more details on. We haven't heard shit about this in years, but I don't like the way they went about it, because they read some really rude, fucking toxic ass comments.
Yeah.
And I think that just like emblazons people to act like that. Because that kind of tells people, oh, you're gonna act like a shithead, you get rewarded for it. And I don't like that. I don't like that they're not calling these people out, and they're kind of rewarding them by showing their tweets here on a big platform like this and announcing their game still going.
Well, it can go both ways. I mean, I think what they tried to show was like, hey, it's still happening, so relax or type shit. I don't know.
Yeah, but to do that because people are like cussing you out on Twitter, like that's fucked up, dude. Like that's some toxic ass like that last girl that read it.
People do this all the
What is,
time. There's like
I know, and I
celebrities
hate it.
read mean tweets and like I don't know, people find it funny.
I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it, and like it's I don't know, maybe because like growing up, like gaming's always had like this toxic element to it. So seeing this isn't exactly doing any favors, or people are like, "Oh, gamers are a bunch of toxic, shitty, rude people," and this like update doesn't exactly change anyone's mind on that mindset. You know what I mean? So like, maybe
Yeah,
that's why I'm so
I don't
critical
know.
of it.
I mean, at least it's good to know that they're still,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't want to take away from that. It is good to see that they're still working on it. I was getting kind of worried about it too, and the game looks good. Like it looks really good. It looks like progress is coming along very nicely. It's got what I want to see in a Dying Light sequel.
And
I'm
then what was
excited
the other
for it.
game? What was the other zombie game that they did? That they announced a sequel for that, but like
Dead Island.
Dead Island, yeah, Dead
Yeah, and
Island
that
was the
just
other
came.
one.
Yeah, that was
Well,
supposed to come out on the PS4. That was
they
a
came out
PS4
and they
launch
were
title.
like, well, it's not in development hell. It was just we announced it way too early.
I remember
Uh,
that. It was supposed to be coming out on the PS4. I remember it was. Was it announced at the PS4 like Sony conference, or was it like an Xbox thing? But it was
I think it
supposed
was
to be a next
Xbox.
gen. Yeah, it was supposed to be and at the time next gen exclusive, and
Yeah.
that was a generation ago. But yeah, that sucks. We'll have to wait and see what happens with this. I have nothing but faith that Dying Light 2 is going to be good. I like Dying Light, and this looks good. Another thing that looks really cool. I don't know where the fuck you found this, dude, but this is cool as shit. Return to Rapture and a Half-Life Alyx BioShock mod.
Yeah.
It's a new story that kind of tells the events of BioShock, but it kind of puts Alex Vance from Half-Life into it with like combine soldiers and headcrabs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not entirely sure if this is supposed to be like a new thing or just retelling
story, because there's a lot of like elements here, like the airplane scene, the bathysphere. Like these are like shot for shot from BioShock. But then like there's head crabs and combines, so I don't know what this is, but it's fucking cool. I'm into it. I kind of want to go out and get a VR now so I can play Half-Life Alyx and then play this. But then I'd realize like I would have just bought a VR for one thing.
Well, there's a lot of good stuff on VR. It's just no one really talks about them as much, but there's good stuff. Um, yeah, I don't even know how they made this. I didn't know Alex was moddable. So,
I don't know either,
especially
man, but this is
like
cool.
not to this degree, but
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
this looks badass. And I still have to play. I haven't played BioShock yet.
It's okay.
Yeah, but whenever someone talks about it, they like talk about it as if it was like a revolutionary thing.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you were like in middle school and this is the first time you heard about like Ayn Rand and like transhumanism, then yeah, I can see where it blow your fucking mind. But it's not, the gameplay kind of sucks because the fucking plasmids are like a separate equipable item. So if you want to use a plasmid, it's not like the new BioShocks or even like Prey, where there's a button assigned to your powers. It's, oh, I want to use my power. I got to scroll through my equipment, equip that power, blast the guy, scroll back to my weapon, equip my weapon. It's a fucking pain in the ass. That's something that nobody wants to talk about. The game tries to be this like immersive sim, but it half-asses it by giving you a really lenient checkpoint system that doesn't even matter. Like you die, you lose some money, but you spawn right by where you died. Any enemies you already killed are still dead. If you're fighting a big dad, you can just throw your body at him and keep coming back and killing him, and he'll die eventually. There's a lot of bullshit that people don't talk about. I would, controversial opinion, BioShock 2 is better than BioShock 1.
Wow.
I will throw that out there. Yes, I think BioShock 2 plays better, feels better. The story might not be as good, but I think the game plays way better than BioShock 1 does. And that's something people don't want to admit. Go back and play it if you want, but if you want an experience like BioShock, I think the new Prey does what BioShock does better.
Yeah.
That's a Rick hot take right there. It's to still go play it though. Like shit talking aside, it's important to see where like these ideas came from. So go ahead, try it out. It's not that bad. It's not a bad game. It's just compared to like what we've gotten after, it's definitely shows its age. We got some new games are coming out. We got Overcooked All You Can Eat coming out for PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, March 23rd today. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is coming out on PC today. And Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town is also coming out today for Nintendo Switch. I mean, it looks interesting. Just kidding. No, it doesn't.
It's a Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it's a Harvest Moon clone. Like, I don't know what to say other than that. We also got tomorrow, we are getting Paradise Lost coming out for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, which, looking at this trailer, looks interesting. It kind of reminds me of Cryostasis, like a really old, like, survival horror game that came out on PC back in like 2008. I'm getting some mad vibes from that. But this looks interesting. We also got that's a fucking long name. Love Live School Idol Festival After School Activity Wawa Home Meeting. Coming out on PS4. What the fuck is that name? Oh my god! What did I just say? What?
So
there's an exclamation point. So it's pronounced Love Live School Idol Festival After School Activity Wawa Home Meeting.
It's a rhythm game, not unlike the Hatsune Miku games. So, in other words, it sucks. So,
for a guy who likes rhythm games, you shit on the Hatsune Miku games a lot.
I like a very specific,
pretty good.
I like a specific kind of rhythm game. Like, I like when you're actually playing the music. a track is playing in the background and I'm just hitting buttons to a track playing in the background, because that's very half-assed. If I'm actually playing kind of like Rock Band or like Guitar Hero does, you're actually playing those notes. So if your timing's fucked up, you hear that in what you're playing and you can adjust based on that. This is what DJ Max does. You're actually playing those notes, so you feel it's a lot more connection to what you're playing because you're actually playing those notes. It makes like percussion feels super fucking good, like drums and shit. Just boom, 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 boom. You just feel it. In a game like this, there's no connection. The most you get is like you get like a cymbal that hits. Like you can change the sound effect that plays when you hit a button. And it's usually like a cymbal or like a clap or something, but it's like super shitty. Super shitty. Don't like it at all. It's like super half-assed and lazy. So that's how I feel about that. And that's what those Persona games do. That's what these games do. Yeah, they're shitty. So
yeah. I guess I agree. I don't fucking. I don't play enough rhythm games to have an opinion.
you know you can tell the difference. You can tell the
Persona
difference.
rhythm games have that, and I like those. But I think I just like them because it's Persona, and not so much it's a rhythm game.
Yeah.
We got Tales from the Borderlands also coming out for Nintendo Switch on March 24th.
Great game. Best Telltale game.
Yeah. You keep saying that, but I don't think you've played Wolf Among Us.
I did. It's better. I played all of them, dude. I'm the only person on the planet. I'm the only person on the planet who's played every single Telltale game.
Even the Minecraft Telltale game.
Played the Minecraft one. Played the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is also very good. Played the Game of Thrones one, which that was the worst one.
That's what everyone keeps telling me.
Tales of the Borderlands is the best one.
Well, that's good to know.
They do comedy. They do comedy better than drama.
That's good to know, especially since like Borderlands, I'm kind of hit and miss with the comedy of Borderlands.
Yeah.
March 25th, we got Black Legend coming out. PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. It's an XCOM clone, but it's an XCOM clone in the 17th century, like a fantastical dark fantasy 17th century. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty cool. It looks really cool. I think I'm into this. I've played enough XCOM clones though that nothing quite scratches the itch like XCOM does, but this looks like a nice little change of pace.
Yeah, it reminds me of Oh, never mind.
Never mind. What were you gonna say?
I was like the way or the way some of these scenes look made me think of The Order 1886.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
It's just the art style. The Order 1886 had a very similar art style to this.
Yeah.
But this looks cool. So something different to check out that's coming out in pretty much everything on the 20th till 25th. We got Evil Inside coming out PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. It's a first-person psychological survival horror game. Not gonna lie, from what I'm seeing here, kinda looks like a PT clone.
I mean, that's every horror game now is a PT clone. Like,
but
that's where we've gone.
This is like the first 30 seconds. There's such an obvious PT reference of the very first trailer. Look at this. You'll see it right now. It's in the first like 30, 35 seconds where he like looks up the balcony.
Yeah, like I don't know. I wish they didn't adhere so much to what PT
like,
did.
Look at this.
Like,
look at this whole like layout right here.
Yeah.
Like that looks like, and then he looks up at the balcony. And there's some fucked up shit up there, like PT. It's like, here it comes, and boom, here it comes.
Yeah, like this specific thing has been done to death.
Yeah, dude. Which, I mean, well, I hope I'm surprised. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I don't want games to be bad, but like, come on, it's such a blatant like copy, dude. Hopefully it's good. It's coming out on fucking everything. So, this is a smaller studio working on this game. It's coming out on literally everything. I'm worried they're gonna have some You're gonna see some God damn it, what's the term I'm looking for?
It like does like The Ring too,
Yeah,
The Grudge a little bit.
optimization issue. That's the word I was looking for. We're gonna have some optimization issues on launch. But I don't know. I don't like shit talking games, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Now this game, Dandy Ace, I've never heard about it.
Yeah, I played this.
It looks like Hades or Bastion.
It's more
Or anything.
Transistor.
Yeah.
It's like Transistor, but you're a magician. So like you have like a deck of cards that you use, and like you can change your deck and like build your powers differently.
That's cool.
Um,
It doesn't
yeah.
have like a turn battle system like Transistor does. It's more action focused. So,
Yeah.
but it's got the customization of Transistor. I see what you mean by that.
Yeah.
The card deck building. That's pretty cool. I like this. You said you played it. What'd you think of it? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was dope.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's coming out
it was
on
dope.
PC, the 25th.
You're right.
There's a demo
Jesus.
out now. I got the hiccups. My hiccups are violent, dude. It annoys the hell out of my wife. When I get hiccups, she like gets mad at me, and I'm like, I don't do it on purpose to fuck with you. It just
I sneeze really loud
same. I have very
just
loud
to get it
sneezes.
all out. I used to know a girl that would like sneeze. She'd go, "Achoo," and I was like,
I knew a
"There's
girl
no
like
way you got anything with that." Like,
yeah.
the whole purpose of the
Pussy ass.
sneeze is to like, the
You're
whole
gonna be
purpose is to
sneezing
like,
in and yeah.
you're supposed to clear your shit out when you sneeze, not like,
Yeah. I knew this girl that like achoo! And I'm like, no, you did not just do that. You're gonna be sneezing again in like 10 minutes. I guarantee it. Me, I'm one and done. Just a loud achoo!
Yeah.
And I'm done for the rest of the fucking week.
Yeah.
I sneeze like once a year. And I'm fine with that. What were we talking about? Right.
Dandy Ace, good game.
Yeah, Dandy Ace. Looks good. It's coming out the 25th for PC. Demo's out now, so I might check that out when I'm done playing Outer Wilds. We also got Dark Complete Edition coming out March 25th, which we talked about not last week, but the week before, I think.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
This was like a trip. I'm into this. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like this weird aspect shifting with limbo, like art style. Not Limbo. What was that other game that they did?
Inside.
Inside, yeah. It reminds me of Inside a little bit. It looks like a weird like trip of a puzzle game, and I'm into it.
Yeah.
We're getting the complete edition. The game itself came out like in 2019, so we're getting a complete edition coming out now. It looks cool. I like this. This is something to look into. We got Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, coming out on PC and Xbox One. Previously a PS4 exclusive. So there you go. This is chronologically the last Yakuza game, right?
I think so.
Kirio
I haven't played any of them. I think I played I played like 4 or 5 a little bit on PS3. And that's just not the way to do it. So
I played one. I played Kiwami on PS4, and that was a lot of fun. I like that a lot.
I have them all now on PC.
I think I have them all with Game Pass. So
I need to get through them now. I need to actually play them now that they're all here.
Same. That's my next like gaming venture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the Yakuza games so I can finally see what the big deal is. And the 26th, you have Balan Wonderworld coming out. They're coming out for everything. Can you imagine this fucking game on PS5? Can you imagine owning a PS5 and buying this fucking game? My God.
Yes, I can. I'm sure a lot of people are going to do that because they have a PS5 and they just would like nothing better than to play previous gen games on their new console that they paid scalper prices for.
We also got Crash Bandicoot 4. It's About Time coming out on PC. It's about time they got a PC port.
Yeah.
You got It Takes Two coming out March 26th. I really want to play this one.
Yes. excitement.
Phase 2 looks good. Monster Hunter Rise is also coming out March 26th. Another one I really want to play. Reviews are coming in. People are saying it's good, but that's IGN saying it. So I think I'm going to wait till more reputable reviewers come out.
IGN is not like terrible. I mean, they usually put their guys who like the thing already. They usually put them on the thing. So like they probably got their Monster Hunter guy to review the Monster Hunter game. So it's probably going to get like a 9 or a 10 because he already likes Monster Hunter. So
we also got Subverse coming out March 26th, which we talked about.
Yeah.
If not last week, the week before. This game looks fucking incredible. This looks incredible.
It's coming out in early access, which I'm not I don't usually get down with. So I'm gonna wait on this one, even though I really want to play it.
I saw a lot of gameplay videos on it. I went down a rabbit hole. Oh, excuse me. Oh God, what's wrong with me? I went down a rabbit hole, man. After that podcast, I went down a rabbit hole and I looked into some shit. This game looks incredible, my dude. Incredible. This looks like an actual fun XCOM. It's like Mass Effect mixed with XCOM, but you can fuck everybody.
Yeah,
and it has
it's also like
sense of humor.
But it's also like more. There's like a twin stick shooter aspects to it, and like a bunch
galaxy
of
hopping system where you gather resources. It's got a loyalty system for your crewmates, and you can have sex with all of them. They announced that there's a pet system, so you can have like your ship quarters, your captain's quarters have like a fish tank you can put pets in. There's like a little like purple gorilla goblin thing that jerks off. It's really funny. Like I went down a rabbit hole like watching gameplay previews, gameplay reviews, interviews, and I'm like, dude, I need this game. I need this game. I'm way more excited for this game than I should be.
And I think it's good it's good in the other way because it is like an adult game, but they're not like skimping on the actual gameplay part of it, because usually these games come out, it's just like it's a shitty game, but look at all the titties. This is like they wanted to make a good game first, but then also put some titties in it. Like it's
which I'm okay with. I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I like good games. I like titties, and I like sex, and this game has fucking all of it right there.
Yeah.
I'm into it. We're all adults here, man. Like, there's nothing wrong from like. I think there's this weird stigma with like porn games. Like, people are like, oh, you play porn games? Like, why not? Like, if it's a good game, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Nobody gets on your case if you play Mario. Like, oh, you play a kid's game? Like, no, this is an adult game. Let me fucking play adult games. God, this looks dope.
So
it's very self-aware. It's very self-aware too. Like, I was watching a gameplay video of it, and the developer was showing off some shit, and they were showing off a planet. Like every planet you discover, it has like a little description, and it's like, oh, welcome to Rigel 7. It's a beautiful, scenic planet filled with amazing locals and great minerals. ... Just kidding. It's a fucking shithole. There's nothing here but like drug addicts and sex addicts. And I'm like, that's funny. Like I'm into this. Like I know we kind of went off on a tangent on this, but this game looks cool. Like how can you like not be excited for this game?
Yeah. So I hope it does well, because it'll be
me too.
It'll be a positive thing.
Yeah, I agree too. It'll raise the bar for adult games on Steam, or adult games just in general. Yeah, it looks great. I cannot wait. We also got March 26th. We're also getting Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming out for PS5, Xbox Series X. I like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but I haven't played the new remasters. Are they good? Have you played them yet?
Haven't got a chance yet, but I want to. Yeah, I might do that.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I'll definitely check it out. It looks good. I like Mr. Tony Hawk. I just wanted to fucking put out Underground already. Like that's Underground 2. Like make it happen. If they did that, I would have bought it day one. I fucking love Tony Hawk Underground. But this is cool too. It's just cool to see like Tony Hawk games coming back, dude. Like it's been so long since we've gotten a good Tony Hawk game. It's
Well,
cool
it's
to
just
see.
because
them.
they didn't really know what they wanted to do with it. Like they kind of just kept making the same game over and over, and then like Skate came out and kind of changed the world. And then like Tony Hawk was like, oh, we gotta keep mixing it up. Let's have like this board that you actually stand on, and let's have it be really shitty. Or like they just kept trying to like up the ante, but all everyone ever wanted was just classic Tony Hawk.
Yeah. And not just that, but they did Tony Hawk. What was that other one they did? Downhill Jam, which was like an SSX like ripoff, which was fun. It was a fun game. I played it, but it was like that's not what I want from a Tony Hawk game.
Dude, SSX, man, we need SXX back.
I've never played SSX, but I want to.
Oh my god, dude! Oh man, such fucking good game.
Everyone tells me that.
There's only two good ones, Tricky, and the latest, the PS3 360 one that I think was just called SSX. Those two, amazing. They're like stark different games, but like what's cool about the new one or the last one was that it was like completely like freestyle. You could like, you had a button that you could hold, and when you flip the stick, you could like, I can't even explain how it was. It just had two buttons, and when you hold those buttons, you just completely did freestyle tricks. It was like incredible. And it was just
SSX,
mountains.
Yeah, SSX on 360 is $5 at GameStop right now. Is it worth it? You say it's worth it?
Oh, it's worth it. $5 is definitely worth it.
So I played Downhill Jam, which everyone keeps telling me, oh, it's SSX, but not as good. And I'm like, dude, are you sure? Because I liked Downhill Jam. I really like Downhill Jam.
No,
so
dude.
if SSX is that but better, I'm down.
It's not even better. It's like SSX hit like a pinnacle to me for like board games. Like I like Tricky more than any Tony Hawk game. And that new SSX is kind of in a league of its own because there's nothing really doing. Like it's the attitude of those tricks, like because the tricks are just over the top. Like there's a guy that does like the worm, like he gets off the board and does the worm and shit, and there's no one like, it's like I don't know, I like the visual appeal of how crazy those fucking tricks are when you like nail it. It's just so fun to play. And then the soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm watching a gameplay video of it. It looks fucking dope. Like this dude dropped out of a helicopter and is like doing these like freestyle spins in the air as he's falling.
Yeah,
it's kind of showing you how the freestyle like flipping system works.
And the soundtrack like transforms based on how good you're playing and like where you are. Like when you're in the air, the bass drops out, and then when you land, it like kicks in again and does like boom, and it's fucking.
Oh, it's so
like
cool.
It just feels so good to play. I don't know that, but it sucks because fucking PS3 there's no way to play that fucking game. It doesn't even emulate well on the emulator that exists. So the only way to play it, I guess, is on Xbox One or Xbox Series X. Or
well, I have that RGB 360, so
yeah. So definitely get that. If it's $5, definitely get it because that is a steal. That game is so good.
All right, I'll play this and I'll get to Outer Wild.
Well, Outer Wild is more important than that, but
I'm fucking with you. This looks cool. It's on my list for sure. I'm always looking for a new game to play, and you're not the first person to tell me SSX is good. But back to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, PS5, Series X, March 26th.
Yeah.
And that is it for the show. Oh, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne HD got a release date, May 25th, and it is $50.
Did we not expect that, or?
I'm just so upset because I've never played SMT3, and the HD remaster is supposed to have some quality of life improvements, some graphical updates. fully voiced in English, which I don't know if the original was or not, but this game came out in 2003. This is like an 18-year-old game, dude. It's releasing for $50, and there's DLC for it that you got to pay an extra $10 for. I'm conflicted. Half of me is like, that's fucking bullshit. I'm not paying that for like an 18-year-old game. Another half of me is like, well, I want to show Atlas that I care about SNT. The only way to do that is support them and buy the game. Like my SMT fan says yes, but my wallet's like, what are you doing? I know I'm part of the problem.
You are the problem.
Shut the fuck up. I know it's $50. I'll probably end up buying it because I suck, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
It's a
So
Steve Ask, though, for that game.
I guess that's gonna do it here.
Yeah, man, that's it for the show.
Yeah. So Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/podcast, Gameoverse.com/Discord. Everything's there. Yeah. Got nothing else to say, man. Video games, come out, talk to us, leave a comment, smash that like button or that dislike button. I don't really care. Dude, that Pokemon rant I got is like 90% disliked.
I saw that. Yeah, it's mostly dislikes and like nobody's commenting on it.
Yeah, I got a couple comments, but it's all like, no, you're a dumbass, man. Remember when this happened? And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't think that's relevant, but okay. Anyway, yeah, comment because I'm watching. I'm not one of those guys that avoids the comments because I'm scared of what you might say. Like I do this knowing full well that everything I say you're gonna hate. So
yeah. And I'm into it too. Leave a comment. We do the show live, so if you want to say your name in the chat, say something.
Yeah. So that's gonna do it. Thanks.